everyone, this is Big Buddy from Big Buddy World, and we come back again with another set of stories after our Humpy story series. So today we are going to start with the Golden Triangle story series for children. Now what do you mean by golden triangle? Now you know how a triangle looks, right? So triangle has 3 points, correct? So now in the same manner, there are 3 places and which are at 3 points and they are joined by road, and that's why it is called as the Golden Triangle. And those 3 places are Bhubaneswar, Konark and Puri. Bhubaneswar, Konark and Puri, they are located in Odisha. So let's travel to Odisha. Okay, and as usual, let's travel with the song first. Let's go ahead with the song. Let's go to our next destination. Odisha is our next fascination. Kalinga and Utkala were its name, brought the country lot of fame. Bhubaneswar, Konark and Puri, Golden Triangle is their story. Chilika is the biggest lake. Story about it will be a wonderful take. So let's go to our next destination. Odisha is our next fascination. Okay. So the first story is about the title of the story is The Chief Architect. You know who is an architect, right? Okay. If you don't know, find out about it. Now, before I go ahead, let me tell you a little bit about Konark, what exactly it is. Konark is Konark when it was built. So it was built as a chariot. Okay, with 7 horses and 24 wheels. 12 wheels on one side and 12 wheels on the other side of the chariot. So when they said that 7 horses, they represented 7 weeks of the day, and the 12 wheels on one side and 12 wheels, so that each pair of wheels, that is 12 wheels, were known as the 12 months. Some even tell that it's a 12 zodiac signs. And the 24 wheels which we are talking about total, so that represents the 24 hours of a day. Okay, so each wheel of Konark is actually a sundial. Isn't it beautiful? Go and look up about Konark and you can see the wheels and how it works as a sundial. But today the story which I am going to tell you is about how Konark was built. Okay, it is a folklore which I have heard from my childhood, from my parents, from my grandparents, and that is how I thought let me share this story with you today as well. Long time back, King Narasingha Deva, okay, won. So he decided to build the Kanak Temple, and he told, I want a temple which is like a chariot with 7 horses and 24 wheels, and I want it to be built in Konark near Chandrabhaga river. So then he had to build it, and how is it going to happen? So he called most talented architect who was there. His name was Vishu Maharana, and he told, you gather your craftsmen and you go ahead and build this temple for me, for the sun god. Vishu Maharana told, okay, fine, and 1200 craftsmen were collected and the temple started. But there was a condition. The king told all the craftsmen that from the day you start building the temple till the day you complete the temple, you cannot go back home. you have to be over here and complete the temple. So the craftsmen agreed, 1200 craftsmen, and who was the head of them? Bishu Maharana. Bishu Maharana, before he left to build the temple, before he left his house, his wife was expecting the first child. They were expecting the first child. So Bishu Maharana had not seen his son. Anyway, 12 years passed by and the temple was built. And meanwhile, at Bishu Maharana's house, his son was born and his name was Dharmapada. And every time Dharmapada used to ask his mother, Mama, where is Baba? So his mother used to say, oh, he has gone for a very important work. And he say, okay, fine. And she used to tell about his work, how he does it, how he works on it, how he prepares everything, how he reads. And Dharmapada used to read books a lot and also hear about his stories, about him, about in the village also people used to talk about his father, and he used to feel very proud of his father. And his father had a lot of books and he used to read all those books from the time he was a child. Now, one fine day when he was 12 years old, on that day, on his birthday, he told, Mama, I want to meet my father. And Dharmapada's mother told, but he stays very far. And how will you go? So I don't know, I will go and meet him, but I want to meet him. And his mother agreed, and Dharmapada left for Konark to meet his father. And he took it was a long distance, and that time they didn't have cars, buses, aeroplanes, nothing, right? So he walked and walked and walked and walked and walked and walked, and after some days he reached Konark. And there he saw all the craftsmen working, busy in their work, and the beautiful temple, the magnificent temple, 7 horses, 24 wheels, everything. And he was super excited. But he was looking for one person, that is his father. He was looking here and there, because he had never seen his father, right? So he was looking out for his father, and suddenly he spotted his father over there, and he ran to him and hugged him. Bishu Maharana looked at him and he also hugged him back. And both of them sat down and talked and talked and talked and talked. And this was the first time Bishu Maharana saw his son, met his son. But Dharmapada realized that his father was not in the best of the moods. He was sad. And then Dharmapada asked, what happened, father? Why? Is there something that you want to share with me? And Bishu Maharana told, no, nothing. It's my work, don't worry. He said, tell me, I might be able to help you. He said, no, nothing to do with you. So you rest and all those things. And that night when Dharmapada was sitting somewhere, and suddenly he overheard the craftsmen and Bishu Maharana, all of them having a meeting, and they were discussing something. And that's when Dharmapada heard that the craftsmen were not able to put the kalash, the urn, on the top of the temple. They were not being able to fix it. They were trying, but it was not happening. And the king had given them an ultimatum that it has to be completed by tomorrow morning. And the craftsmen did not know how to do it. So they knew that it was their last night to stay alive, because the king had told, if it is not completed, then they will die. So what to do now? Now Dharmapada was a child prodigy. He had read books about architecture so much that he knew a lot. So he went to his father and he told, "Father, can I try?" I said, "No, you can't do it, so let me try." And then the craftsman also said, "Okay, let him try." And they agreed, and Dharmapada went up on the top of the temple and he took the kalash and he looked at the place and he found out a way how to do it and what was the mistake, what needs to be corrected, everything, and he could place the kalash, the urn. And all the craftsmen over there, they looked up to him and they started clapping and clapping and clapping. And Dharmapada came down. Vishu Maharana was feeling very proud of his son who did what all his 1200 craftsmen could not do. But that night, again Dharmapada heard that the craftsmen were worried. And when he heard all of them speaking. What will we do now? No doubt the kalash has been placed, but the king, when he gets to know that only a 12-year-old child could do it and we 1200 craftsmen, we could not do it, he's surely going to kill all of us. And that is when Dharmapada decided something. He told, "I can't be so selfish." And he went up on the temple. And from there, he sacrificed his life to save all the 1200 craftsmen. And he had told his father and the craftsmen, "Don't you ever tell that I had done it." That is the story of Konark. This is a folklore. This is historically nowhere it is proved. This is a folklore of Dharmapada, who was actually the chief architect. Okay. So this is the story about how Konark was formed and how it came into existence. Okay. Now I think it's time for our 3 questions. Okay. What was the name of the son of Vishu Maharana? Is the wheel of Konark a sundial? Third question. Who is the king who built Konark Temple? Okay. Hope you enjoyed the story. See you tomorrow again for our next story in the Golden Triangle story series. If you want the worksheet based on this story, please mail it to us in our mail ID bigbuddyworld@gmail.com, and we'll mail it to you. Okay. So see you till then. Bye.